This is your Weather Extreme video for Wednesday, August the 6th, hump day for the middle of the week. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters. Thanks for tuning in. And the weather pattern not changing much for the next several days, but we are seeing some longer range changes, which is why we call that longer range period Voodoo Country. There's a look at the Skycam network from the Alpha Skycam system at ABC 3340, and there's the Birmingham Skycam. We do have a few passing thin cirrus clouds across the sky, and enjoyed the shot from Tupelo this morning, so thought we'd go a little further afield and grab that one. High pressure across the southeastern U.S. has been the main feature in the weather pattern for the last couple of days and continues to be that way. And while we've been observing a pesky upper trough, and that axis of that upper trough has been helping to give us some idea of where we might see a few more showers, the trough axis is now finally to our east, and it looks like it's going to stay that way as we come under a northwesterly flow pattern for the next several days, and moisture begins to increase slightly. A little bit of a moisture discontinuity across central Alabama this morning, as we see that the dew point at Birmingham is in the lower 60s, but the dew point down at the Shelby County Airport is around 70. So a little bit of a boundary there that may provide a focus for showers later today, but because of the nosing of the upper ridge off to our west, I think we'll probably stay mainly dry with scattered showers across South Alabama. QPF-wise for the next 5 days, much of the precipitation forecast to be just to our north, and in the trend that we've seen for the last couple of days, the Storm Prediction Center has no slight risk area defined for day one. We do have a couple of C-texts, one in the Central Plains states and one over the Mid-Atlantic states. And Bertha becoming less of a concern as it moves northeast away from the United States and into the North Atlantic, and is likely to become extratropical storm probably later today or into early Thursday. So Bertha, toodaloo, won't see much of that storm again. Now let's get to the 06Z GFS model run this morning, and it looks like much of the scattered showers as we saw yesterday will be to our south, and most of north and central Alabama with just some slightly drier air both at the surface and aloft will help to keep showers at a minimum. And precipitable water values are beginning to come up today, but they're still below about 1.5 inches or so, and so that means I think that the main threat for any scattered showers is to the south of the Birmingham area. Trough axis continues to move off, but we do see kind of a northwesterly flow pattern here that is kind of noisy with a little bit of a disturbance in it, as we see over Missouri, and that could be responsible for some clusters of thunderstorms or some MCSs, mesoscale convective systems. We'll need to watch that, and the bad news is for us is that precipitable waters definitely come up. Precipitable water values definitely come up. So I think Thursday we will have to see in the forecast the possibility of scattered showers. That northwesterly flow doesn't change much on Friday, but we do see these little disturbances in them. So once again, we'll need to watch for the hint of any kind of mesoscale convective system. And one of the problems with that, of course, will be that the mesoscale convective systems could lay down some boundaries that might be focuses for additional showers and thunderstorm development. By Saturday, that northwesterly flow pattern not changing a lot, so it looks like Saturday could be a day with moisture coming up significantly. It could be that we'll see wider spread coverage of showers and thunderstorms, with showers a little more numerous, and still watching for any clusters that might be occurring. Sunday, the pattern not again showing much change, so kind of a nondescript, subtle changes to the pattern, but we still note the little disturbance over Missouri that's in that flow there, the little vorticity max, and the pattern becomes a little more northwesterly, and we see a little deepening of the trough over the eastern U.S., not as deep as we saw yesterday, and so once again I think that keeps us in a somewhat unsettled pattern for Monday with showers a possibility. That northwesterly flow pattern and the trough is to our east on Tuesday, so I think we'll probably see a little reduction in showers and thunderstorms. But the big change is coming now is we've been seeing somewhat of consistent pattern out into Voodoo Country, but looking out into Voodoo on this run, and we see more of a ridge over the central U.S. than we've been seeing in the previous runs. So this is the first time. I mean, it's the runs have been very consistent, but now this is the first one that's very inconsistent. And by the time we get out to the very end of the period, or towards the end of the period, around the 19th, we see that the big ridge over the eastern half of the country is bulging in from the Atlantic, and it really noses in by the 22nd. So certainly some changes to voodoo country, and have to evaluate those with time. No confidence when you see the change initially happen like we're seeing with this run. Well, that'll do it for the Weather Xtreme video for this morning. I expect to have the next one posted on Thursday morning. In the meantime, stay tuned to the blog for updates as the weather continues to change. Have a great day, and Godspeed.